Welcome to Pro Tour Golf College. I'm David Milne, and what I'd like to discuss with you and show you the working with high performance golfers over the years is that being able to control trajectory of a short pitch shot into a green is very, very important for one reason. That is, if you've laid up on a par 5, this is a terrific opportunity to get it close to the pin, make a birdie, and really move your round forward. Now, the other factor is, and probably more important, is to, when you have got out of position and you've missed the fairway and you've laid up to just short of the green, this ability to get it up and down is probably going to maintain the momentum of the round, and therefore from there you're able to keep the score moving forward and shoot low scores. That's what we're all about, shooting low scores. How can we get that scoring average down? And it's these shots here that are really going to be what's going to allow you to do that. When you're playing well, making birdies. When you're not playing so well, making pars and keeping the momentum going, keeping the round going to the point where when you do make birdies late in the round, it ends up being a low scoring round. So trajectory control is something we need to talk about, and how do you achieve it? So how do you achieve good trajectory control? We all know that we can use the handle of the club to move it forward towards the target. That takes loft off the club face. If you have it a little bit behind, it's going to add a little bit of loft to the club. But we can also move the ball position back and forward, and matching that up with the shaft obviously gives you different lofts that you can use with the favorite club that you have. Now, what I'd like to also demonstrate here is something else that you can be aware of and you need to take note of. Is I've got a little gadget here that is stuck on the club face here, and it'll actually demonstrate the loft or the change of loft as you go about using the shaft in probably a way that you've never seen before. As I said, you could have the shaft leaning more forward towards the target, the ball back, and you can see effectively I've taken the loft off the club face. If I have it in a more neutral position, that is almost pointing straight up at the center of my body, I've actually effectively got the true loft of the club here. We also know that by opening the club face, that does add a little bit of loft as well to the club. But remember this: if the club shaft is dangling straight down, that loft is the exact loft that you've got. So this is a 54 degree, and that would be a 54 degree loft right there. Because the shaft is actually straight down here, when I open it up, it's still 54 degrees. It hasn't changed, even though I've opened it. So how do you actually add loft by opening the club face? Well, you've got to be, therefore, have the understanding is that the angle of the shaft going up and down, as you can see, by just moving it down probably about 40 degrees, is actually added quite a lot of loft there. That would be close to 90 degrees in here. So if I wanted to have a lot more loft with this particular club, getting the setup right where I'm a little bit lower, lowering my center of gravity a little bit more, I can have the shaft in the right position, lowering it down slightly, and you can see here that really effectively puts a lot more loft on the club, and then understanding how you can maintain that loft as you swing. So what I'm going to demonstrate right now is a shot here where, as I said, I've just left myself just short the green. It could be a layup on a par 5, or a shot where I've got out of trouble, haven't been able to reach the green, but I've put myself in a good position to hit a standard pitch shot. So I can now decide what loft, what trajectory I want to hit this so that the ball will land on the green, release slightly to the pin, and more importantly, get the right distance and be adjacent to the hole to make the next putt. So again, I've got to decide, does the shaft be set in a more neutral position? Does I need to be further forward? Do I need to lower it slightly? It might be a combination of 2 or 3 things that you might, ball position as well. So for here, I believe just making sure I set up, not too upright, just lower my center of gravity slightly, get the 54 degree loft pretty much standard. So again, you'll see I haven't got too much shaft lean, and what I'm going to do here is play a dead hand shot where I'm allowing the pivot to take the arms back and finish in there. So here we go. This shot here is just a shot where you're just going to stand up, get yourself comfortable, got those three factors, that is the shaft lean, the shaft angle here up and down, and also the ball position. So choose that, commit to it, and if you can, play the shot. As you can see, the actual trajectory control was exactly as I visualized it. It hit my landing spot, and I'm going to have a really realistic chance of knocking that putt in. So good luck with practicing and experiencing how you use the shaft to improve your trajectory control and therefore be able to get it more up and down more consistently.